Good morning, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you're doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing fine. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning, guys. It is Wednesday, guys, the 17th of December, guys. Time is flying by, guys. We're getting closer to Christmas. And you know what? It's really important. The transfer window is getting closer as well, guys. We're going to get into some transfer news in regards to Manchester United very, very soon, guys. Before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to smash a like on the video on the way in. The 50 like threshold that we need. We need to get that every single morning, guys. Come on. The goals. Garnacho scored a couple of goals yesterday. We don't care about that, do we, really? He scored a couple of goals yesterday. Well, you know what? Good for him. You know what I mean? I don't really care, to be honest with you. It's Cardiff City at the end of the day, guys. But thank you, everyone, anyway. Let's get straight into the Manchester United news, of course. Now, look, obviously, I broke news about a player a few months ago that Man United were interested in. Before it was made popular and it broke, I mentioned a player named Keith Smith, right? A 19-year-old central midfielder, stroke attacking midfielder. He is more like a number 8, but can play that attacking midfielder role, can play the number 8 role as well. Very talented player. Man United have not given up hope in acquiring this player. Now, there were rumors. The reason I say not giving up hope is because there were rumors that Real Madrid were interested in Keith Smith, but not only Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich were interested as well. Barcelona are interested as well. You know, they're basically every big name in Europe, every single powerhouse in Europe is interested in Keith Smith. Now, the key was, excuse the pun, is that Keith Smith was supposed to go to Real Madrid. He was supposed to be signed, sealed, delivered. However, Real Madrid have put the brakes on any transfer dealings because of this Alonso situation. The Xabi Alonso situation at the moment is up in the air, and Real Madrid are not certain about what is going to happen in the future in regards to managerial-wise. Now, this has opened the door for Man United to potentially, I say potentially question marks, guys, go for Keith Smith in January. If they go for Keith Smith in January, I would do that 100%. This guy is an absolute generational player. For me, guys, if we don't sign him, we'll regret it. He reminds me, if someone's going to come out to me and say, who does Keith Smith remind you of? I would say Keith Smith reminds me of Kevin De Bruyne. That's who he reminds me of. Now, the AZ Alkmaar player, of course, AZ Alkmaar are no strangers to producing good young players, of course, in Holland. But this guy is 19 years old, guys, valued about 25 million euros. Not a bad price either. I know we're not going to sign him for 25 million euros, but you know what? We could probably get him for 40. You know, then just get the player. I would say get the groundwork done and get the player at the end of the day. Of course, Man United and the situation with the AFCON and the situation with the attacking midfielders, the right side of our pitch is going to be null and void over this next couple of weeks, of course. We're not going to have Ahmad. We're not going to have Mazraoui. We're not going to have Mbeumo for the game against Aston Villa, of course, which obviously leaves the question mark. Who are Manchester United going to play? And this is only going to be lasting for about 10 days before the window opens, obviously, on January the 1st. So Man United will play Aston Villa, which is our hardest game. And then we got Wolverhampton Wanderers, believe it again. And believe it or not, which should be a straightforward win for Man United at Old Trafford. I mean, you know what I mean? The way we're like at Old Trafford, it is a little bit up in the air, to be honest with you. But Man United obviously want to bring in players in January to fill in the void of the players that are going to leave. Keith Smith would be one of those players that Man United will be extremely interested in bringing into the football club. I would be absolutely delighted if we managed to do that deal, guys. Let me know what you think about Keith Smith. It is a player I mentioned on the show many months ago. I broke it on the show. I broke the name Keith Smith. It's on the thumbnail, guys, many months ago. Before it was active, even Real Madrid were looking at him. Before even Real, nobody was looking at Keith Smith when I mentioned him on Stretford Post. But he is still linked to Manchester United, as is a number of players linked to Man United, are going to be linked to Man United over this next few weeks and months. Guys, but we have still got the interest with other players that we had in the summer. Players that are we're showing interest now. We were interested in the summer as well. This hasn't changed unless the player has gone somewhere else and signed for another football club. This has not changed. Of course, guys, Keith Smith to Manchester United. Would you be happy with that deal? I think I would. I think that'd be a great deal. Now, I'm a little bit concerned. Why am I concerned? I'm concerned about Mbeumo. Of course I am. Mbeumo has started the season like a house on fire. I actually called him the signing of the season. Over the last few weeks, Mbeumo has been not performing for Man United. He can't even get the simple and basics right. I don't know what's going on. I do believe confidence is a big thing in football. I do believe that, once you get your confidence back, you'll be fine. But when you're like, you got a conveyor belt or say domino effect of negativity, it does affect your game. So if you have one bad game, it's very hard to pick it up, especially as an attacking player. Everything you do seems to take time. Everything you seem to do is much harder than it would have been a few weeks ago. I believe in Mbeumo. A lot of people have been like screaming about Mbeumo and stuff like that. And you know what? I believe in, and I believe he will kindle his form. He's a very talented player, in my opinion. Another a player I want to bring in, Senny Lamens. Obviously, Senny Lamens made 2 fantastic saves against Bournemouth the other night. Of course, saved us from losing the game. Lots of people were jumping on Senny Lamens saying that he could have saved that goal. He could have saved that goal. Look, at the end of the day, hindsight's a beautiful thing. I don't look at any of those goals and say that he was at fault for that goal. I'm not saying that. I would not say that. I don't think Senny Lamens was at fault for any of those goals, if I'm being honest with you. I don't think he was at fault for any of them. There are some idiots on social media that are talking about, oh, he was responsible for the free kick. Oh, he's responsible for that. Responsible for this, responsible. No, he was not responsible for any of the goals. The goals were not unsavable, to be honest with you, if you're being honest with ourselves, guys, unless he pulled out this miraculous save out of nothing, guys. Of course. But look, at the end of the day, he saved us 2 points. And what we have to remember in regards to these players is that Senny Lamens is still a very young player. Now, more transfer news, guys. More transfer news. A player some of you may not have heard of. He goes by the name of Samuel Dahl, like Roald Dahl, the novelist, isn't it, guys? Samuel Dahl currently plays for Benfica. He's a player that can play left back and can play left midfield. So what does that equate to? That equates to left wing back. Of course it does. Ruben Amorim is desperate to reinforce the wing back positions, and the left wing back is no exception, of course, guys. Samuel Dahl can play as a left wing back. He is a left back and left midfielder, so obviously he will have the attributes to play in that position, of course, guys. Now only 22 years old, currently playing for Benfica. And guys, a product of a Red Bull Djurgården, but he did play for Roma as well. He played for Roma for a period of time. Roma purchased him for only 4 million from Djurgården. Not Djurgården in regards to the football team. And Roma, he played for Roma and he's signed for Benfica for 4 million. Now, guys, I like to look at things, and I like to look at things in a way that is a little bit argumentative sometimes, but also objective and also, annoying sometimes, because I look at players like obviously Samuel Dahl, and I look at him and I think, you know what? He played for Roma. Why didn't we spot him? Why didn't we spot him? I'm like that. 4 million. Why don't we spot this guy? And it does beg a belief, to be honest with you. If I was Man United, I would. I've said it many times. Go to Serie A. Serie A have a good youth academies around. AC Milan is one of them, of course, guys, that have a very big academy at the moment. I was talking about Kamada, Liberali, Scotty, and all these players that are currently playing for AC Milan. I think that Man United need to look a little bit further afield. They need to start finding these players rather than having to go to the middleman, which in this instance is Benfica, to be honest with you. And Samuel Dahl to Manchester United, left back, left midfield, 9 million valuation. Would be about 20 million if I was a guessing man, of course, guys. Former Roma player, currently playing for Benfica, left back, left midfielder, can fit in that role perfectly. That is something that we are looking for. Man United are looking for those proper specialist wing backs. You know, those ones that can go forward and defend. Something we don't really have right now. Ruben Amorim hasn't signed any wing backs yet. So we don't have any wing backs of his style, of course, guys. He's the way he plays and stuff like that. But Samuel Dahl is someone we are looking at the moment. Now, someone who's a bit more familiar with the fan base, of course, and this community is Daniel Muniz. Now, Daniel Muniz, of course, did come out in the media only a few weeks ago and say he wouldn't mind moving to a Manchester United. He wants to move to a Manchester United. This is, of course, alerted Man United. Of course, it would alert Man United. But Daniel Muniz is a 29-year-old, okay, valued at around 27 million. He can play that right wing back position, can play as a centre back, very versatile. The KRC Genk product, it has been interest from other clubs as well around Europe, but Manchester United are alerted in regards to him. Now, obviously, it costs 27 million. It won't cost 27 million. It will cost about 40, 50 million. And the biggest concern about this is that his age and the age profile that Ineos and the Glazers are looking at the moment. Daniel Muniz does moan a lot. Daniel Muniz is 29 years old and valued at 27. Now, if Man United could strike a deal for Daniel Muniz on that right-hand side, guys, a position that we dearly need in the team, I think that would be brilliant. I don't care if he's 29, to be honest with you. I don't think that's that old, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? To be honest, but I think 27 million, if we get him for about 30 million, I think that wouldn't be bad business, to be honest with you, considering with the AFCON going on, we ain't got no right side and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And Man United do need a right-hand side, because at the end of the day, if we don't have a right-hand side, it's going to be like Christopher Reeves, isn't it? Christopher Reeves FC. We're not going to have any right side. We got all left, all to the left, guys, all to the left. That's what it's going to be at the end of the day, guys. Absolutely. But yeah, look, guys, Daniel Muniz linked to Man United again. Obviously, the time is getting closer. The time is nigh, as they say. We got literally 2 weeks until the window opens. 17th of December today. It opens on the 1st of January, and then we got a couple of weeks, 3 weeks until it closes. Now, let's hope that happens, guys. Let's hope that we can get some business through the door, because it's quite evident against Bournemouth where the weaknesses lie. Lots of debates in the Man United fan base, lots of arguing, lots of disagreements, lots of I know more than you. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Ultimately, what it is at the end of the day, we can all see the weaknesses at Man United. We know what the weakness is at Man United, and it's certainly not said in the men's. Like some people are trying to throw at me, oh, you should have seen that. What they should have done is defended better, and the midfield should have been more solid and not Bagel FC. That's what they should have done against Bournemouth, but they didn't do that, isn't it? Rather than blaming the 23-year-old goalkeeper who actually saved us in the end, guys. Ridiculous, guys. Absolutely pathetic the way some of these fans think. Of course, guys. But look, I mentioned 3 players there. Keith Smith, Samuel Dahl, Daniel Muniz, of course, who Man United could be linked to, of course, which is, it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks, guys. It really is. And you know what the interesting thing about this next few weeks is the fact that we're going to know a lot more about Ineos. I know that a lot of people think they know a lot about what Ineos are now, but we're actually gonna know a lot more about them, about what their plans are. What, are they actually interested in the football club, or they're actually interested in the business side of the football club? What are they interested in? And many of us know already, of course, what they're really interested in, what their focus really is. And for me, I don't see that they are really 100% focused on what happens on the pitch. Maybe a bit, but I don't think they're 100% focused on what happens on a fit pitch. I think they're more focused on, building their pockets, fattening their pockets, so to speak, if you know what I mean. Of course, there was a lot of dramas yesterday, a lot of chaos, whether it was fan cams being attacked, whether it was the T-shirt free Kobe. Of course, guys, we had the Bruno quotes. That was just in one day, guys. You know what I mean? That was just in one day, for goodness sake, In regards to Bruno Fernandes, I can see Bruno Fernandes leaving in the summer, which will open the door for other midfielders to come into Man United and other transfers to come into Man United, of course. I can see Bruno Fernandes not being at Man United next season now. Considering the fact that he was told to leave, it is playing on his mind. It's not the best timing, guys, in regards to talking to the media. He should have done it a long time ago. He shouldn't talk to, in my humblest of opinions, guys. I don't think that Bruno Fernandes should have been talking to the media right now at this period of time when we need him, and Man United need results, and Man United need to qualify for the Champions League. And I wouldn't done it myself, but that's me, innit? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, but Bruno Fernandes took it upon himself to get these things going. Now, one very interesting thing about Man United against Bournemouth, obviously there were talk about the 4-3-3 and the change of the system before the game. And apparently, Ineos are fuming that the formation change was leaked to the media. Apparently, they want to get to the bottom of who leaked this news. Who is it who leaked the news? Who spilled the beans, so to speak? Who was it? Now, guys, I could give it a guess. I could give it a guess, but I'm not going to give it a guess, guys. But it could be someone who's been there for a while. But the news was leaked. It could be, guys, it could be a right shocker. right? The news about the system change was leaked. Now, when I see people like Kobe's brother sitting there like a twat, like, you know what I mean, with his stupid little T-shirt, you know, I start to think, and I start thinking sinister things and stuff like that. And I start thinking, what's going on behind the scenes at Man United? What's going on? What's going on? What is going on here? Why are these things happening? You know, and who is leaking this news? And I understand, Ineos, in regards to this. Where did this get leaked to? No one said anything to anyone. Why has this been leaked to the media? What is going on here? You know, and this is exactly what I've been banging on about for months and months and months, about the culture at this football club. You know, this is what I was talking about. Exactly this. This prime example, right, is the culture at this football club. This is exactly what we've been talking about. This is what the problem has been at this football club. And this is what we've been talking about for ages, guys. I've been talking about it for weeks and months and indeed years. The culture at this football club, the mentality at this football club is ridiculous. There's people who don't care about this football club, who just go out there to sell news to their favorite journalists, you know? And I would like to know who it is. And if we do get to the bottom of it, they should be out the door, no matter who it is. They should be out the door of the football club. Now, this is just an everyday, this is just an ordinary 24 hours at Man United, of course. I've lost count of how much news at Man United. Actually, we do actually invest in those news outlets quite significantly, the amount of news that we bring out there every single 24 hours, guys. It does make you laugh, doesn't it, guys? It really does. But it is a serious situation as to what we're doing. We thought we got rid of this. We thought this was over. We thought, you know, the leaks are gone. We're better. We're better run now. Everything is all hunky dory. Obviously not. Still leaks are happening at Man United. Still problems happening at Man United. Still talk at Man United. Interviews and you know what? T-shirts. You name it. It's just ridiculous, guys. Now, lots of people. I'm glad many people, including the majority of people, were opposed to the T-shirt situation with Kobe Mainoo. Many people are opposed to it. Well played. Absolutely. It does lack professionalism. And don't give me the excuse that Kobe knew nothing about it. Come on, man. Come on. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Like, at the end of the day, he probably arrived at the stadium with Kobe Mainoo. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, guys, it's just ridiculous, guys. And there should be a statement from Kobe Mainoo in regards to that. There should be. If there was a little bit of respect going on here, there should be a statement in regards to Kobe Mainoo. There should be from Kobe Mainoo, not his brother. No one cares what his brother has to say. He's irrelevant. Of course. Big up everyone in the stream. I hope everyone is doing blessed. Big up everyone, guys. I hope everyone is good. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, guys. Thank you. Everyone who's in the stream, guys. They say good morning to Max. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well, Max. Hope everything is blessed with you. Good to see you, mate. Hope everything is good. Big up, my friend. Big up, Sanjay. Hope you're doing well. Semenyo's not that bad. Yeah, Semenyo's not that bad. There is rumors about Semenyo coming to Man United, a bid for Man United in January, which could possibly happen. Can I be honest, guys, from what I'm hearing, from my sources, from what I'm hearing, I don't see it. I don't see it now. I'm not saying it won't happen in the future. I just don't see Man United going after Semenyo. I'm not going to change my mind on that one. I don't think Man United will be going after Semenyo. Man United need a wing back. I don't think Semenyo is going to be playing in that position, if you ask me. Good morning, Sam. How you doing, friend? How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, Ephraim. Hope you're doing well. Legend. Hope you're doing good, mate. Good. Big up, Max. Of course. Big up, Ephraim. In Bremo getting infected by club virus, I guess. There's a lot of problems at Man United, and this was basically demonstrated yesterday over this last 24 hours when it came to all the news around Man United, whether it be the T-shirt, whether it be Bruno, whether it be, you know, Semenyo, whether it be, you know, obviously in Bremo, you know, and there's lots of news coming out of Man United and lots of course, craziness coming out of Man United at the moment, and it's tiring. And is he being affected by it? I would like to think not. I hope not. I hope that he's a bigger mentality. Of course, he's a religious man, and of course, I hope that he's got strength, and I really do, and hopefully that he will come good eventually. And I believe in Bremo. I think that everyone has a rich vein of form and poor form. Every player has that. Every player has to go through that. It's up to the character of the player. We sign the player because he has a good character. It's up to the character of the player to get from the depths of the sea and try and get back into good form, which I believe he will. He's got the talent. I mean, I don't know what's going on, obviously, traditionally with Man United and all the times that great players are signed for this football club and great players have faltered. And I don't know why that keeps happening at this football club. I don't. And I have a theory, of course, and I said it is a culture, it's an infection. And I have said that many, many times. And I agree with that. That's what I believe, right? I don't know what's going on with Mbremo himself. I don't know whether he's been infected with that culture, with that virus that Man United had, that asbestos at Man United. I don't think he's been infected yet with that. Hopefully, it's just a poor run of form. Now, I said it weeks ago and months ago that when Ruben Amorim walked into this football club, the first thing Ruben Amorim should have done, and regardless of what people think, and it would have helped Man United and we would have been in a better position right now, is Ruben Amorim should have walked into the football club and said, okay, to the owners, to Ineos, should have said, okay, can I have a list of all the players and their contracts and how long they've been at the contract? And number one would have been the player that's been in the longest, number two, the second longest, etc. You get what I mean? And the top five, all the players that have been there the longest, I would have said, right, these players here who've been there for 5 to 10 years, these players here need to go. Why do they need to go? They're important players because they're serial failures. They failed under various managers. They've sacked various managers. All these things about leaks and things like that, I guarantee you it's coming from the old guard. There's only one more theory, I think. It is coming from, the camp of Mainu and things like that, which I heard one person say it. Don't shoot the messenger. I heard one outlet, one person I know say it's coming from Mainu's camp. And I don't want to say anything more. But in regards to Mainu, it is something that I did speak about, and which was people tried to debunk it. Don't spread rumors, Sal. Don't spread rumors about professionalism. And I did speak about this weeks ago. Those of you who were here knew what I was talking about in regards to professionalism, knew what I was talking about in regards to Kobe Mainu. They knew what I said. Something happened in training, and now it is being clarified within the media, right? This kind of culture at this football club. Why do you think Ruben Amorim is so adamant to get rid of Kobe Mainu? Why do you think that? A talented player like that, 20-year-old, it's nothing to do with his talent. It's nothing to do with how good he is. It's to do with up here. It's to do with the professionalism. That's what it's about. It's to do with last year when he was given opportunities and didn't take those opportunities. It's to do with last year when he wanted a new contract, 200,000 a week. You remember that? And what we need to do is obviously call things as they are, because Man United, every single time we seem to get into a position when we're feeling a little bit positive, we're feeling a little bit giddy, a little bit excited, might get in the top four, it comes crumbling down with all these rumors, all this nonsense, all this and this and this, and it gets taken away from us again. And this is the culture that we are trying to change. And fair play to Ineos, they are trying to change that culture, I believe. I believe they are trying to get rid of. Didn't they say last week they don't want any prats or something like that at the football club? Didn't they say something like that? They said they don't want any idiots, at the football club. There you go. Big up, Kenny, by the way. Big up, Fanatic 8. Bless up, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope everything is good with you, of course. Kenny, Mbremo will come good. Not worried for now. Not me either. Absolutely. Let's see. Of course, hopefully, fingers crossed, everything go well. Of course, maybe the free kick goal, he should have saved that, but he did all right. The free kick goal was here or there at the end of the day. Maybe should have done better. But at the end of the day, the wall was poor, wasn't it, Kenny? The wall was poor. Cunha pulled out of the wall, and it could, if the wall remained the same, I don't think that Seny Lemens was expecting that big gaping gap on the right hand side of the wall, and that's what happened. That's why he was unexpected. But as a goalkeeper, yeah, maybe. But at the end of the day, he saved us the game. He made numerous amounts of saves. There are good news, but it all depends on who's available in January. Big up. Sal, my brother, who's a neutral watcher of Premier League, said that unless we get Champions League games, it's going to be hard. Yeah, obviously, mate. No shit, Sherlock. Max, come on. Hi, Sal. Big up, Greffer. Hi, Sal. I'm tuning in from work. Big up yourself. Am I the only one who keeps getting automatically unsubscribed? I had to resubscribe 3 times before I could join the chat. What's going on? I don't know. Why. Why is that? That's weird. That is really weird. Why do you keep getting unsubscribed? I'm gonna write a message to YouTube about that. That's ridiculous. I don't know why that will happen, but thank you for carrying on resubscribing, my friend. Thank you so much. It's nothing to do with you being an Arsenal fan. Of course it's not. But you know what I would say? Yeah, I like you in the chat. And you know what? I don't know why that's happened. I'm sorry. Sometimes YouTube can be funny, but yeah, I'm not. Why would I can't unsubscribe people. You know what I mean? I can't unsubscribe. People subscribe. I can't unsubscribe them. It's impossible. You can't even block people on YouTube unless it's in the chat. I don't know why that keeps happening. I don't know. I'm sorry, but I hope it doesn't happen. Let me know. Keep me updated. I'm on Twitter, Stretford Post. Of course, let me know if anything, keeps happening. I'm going to message YouTube about that. Of course. Senny Lemez is a very calm goalkeeper. Credit to you, Sal. You believed in him. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I do believe in him, and I'm not gonna just turn my back on the player just because of 1 goal or 2 goals. He's a young lad. He's 23 years old. He has a high ceiling. He can improve. He's not the finished article, and that's one thing we have to remember. Especially with a goalkeeper. They're not the finished article, are they? At the end of the day. Big up, Sal. We are involved in a thriller, which game of the season so far. We all, you know what? I wish, LT. One thing I wish it wasn't a thriller and it was a dour, boring 1-0 win to Man United rather than a 4-4 draw. Because we keep entertaining these guys. You know what I mean? Season so far, after all that, instead of talking about the game, topic is free Kobe Manu and Bruno. Can't we rest on the drama? LT, you're absolutely like me, mate. I'm fed up with it, to be honest with you. I'm fed up with the drama. I know that there's some content creators out there who love it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they love it because it's something to talk about because they don't really know much about Man United. So this gives them a tool to talk about something. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So, look, it does annoy me. It does get on my nerves, to be honest with you. And look, to be honest with you guys, I hope that, these things are cleared up eventually. And this noise that surrounds Man United, it's like a plague, isn't it? That surrounds Man United gets deleted, of course, guys. Absolutely. Big up, LT. Big up, Coco. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. If it is blessed, my friend, LT. Kobe disappointed me because of that. Should have put out a statement. Absolutely. I don't get what the banter brother is doing because Kobe is bound to get minutes with AFCON and Casemiro suspended. Really don't need this. LT, exactly what I said. But LT, what did I say? Those people who tune into Stretford Post, what did I say weeks ago? There's more about this than meets the eye. Did I not say that? Simon Jordan yesterday or day before yesterday basically said the same as I said. There's more about this that meets the eye. There's more about this behind the scenes that people are not talking about that meets the eye. Right? And here we are, guys. And when I said that, people were telling me, oh, don't spread this. I know there's something. I know what happened in training. I know what's going on. I know he's not, some angel, some angelic oracle, because at the end of the day, I know his personality, and guys, there is a reason that Ruben Amorim has been like this. There is a reason behind that. There's a reason behind the madness. You know what I mean? Ephraim. Sal, what is the difference between Glazers and Ineos? I do not see much difference. There's not, Ephraim, there's not much difference because at the end of the day, the Glazers still own the football club. The Glazers are still responsible for signing those checks. Of course they are. So at the end of the day, Ineos are basically a mouthpiece of the Glazers. That's what they are. This is why we were upset and we were furious that they facilitated the Glazers. They gave the Glazers a life support machine. That's what they did. That's what Ineos did. When we had the chance to have a full sale, the Glazers out and everything like that, they came along. They unplugged. Let me give you an example, an analogy of what it was. Man United were on a life support machine, right? Qatar were that life support machine. Jim Ratcliffe walked into A&E, an intensive care unit, and basically unplugged the life support machine, got his phone, plugged his phone in to charge his phone, right? Called the Glazers and said, I'm back. You're survived. Basically, this is what happened, and that's what the Glazers did. So that's what Ineos did. They facilitated them. Yes, guys, there's people out there that live up their backside. They can't do nothing wrong and stuff like that. Yes, a lot of the things that are going on at the football club for the last 20 years is not their fault. But don't tell me anything else that it isn't their fault that Glazers still here. Because it is their fault that the Glazers still here. So what does that mean? That means it's their fault, isn't it? It's them. It's their fault, Absolutely. Big up, Ephraim. Good morning, Jamie. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good morning, Sal. Really hope the club back Amorim and get his players in. The fan base can't wait to get him out and only results will save him. You know what, Jamie? This is the thing, isn't it? The sections of the fan base who are obsessed with their own opinions and don't want to be proven wrong, want him out of the football club. Look, can I be honest, Jamie? You know what? If they want to sack him, and then let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens with a new manager coming in. I said it weeks ago that Man United need to get out of the habit of sacking people. What they need to do is that they need to start sacking players until we get the players right, rather than sacking managers until we get the managers right. Because obviously, it's sacking the managers is not working, is it? It's not working. Sacking the managers is not working. It's not happening. You know, we keep going back to square one with a conveyor belt of players that have been there for 15 years, flattering to deceive. Luke Shaw's been at the football club since 2014, guys. No other major club in Europe will let that happen, especially at a big club like Man United, and fouled and sacked so many managers. It would never happen. Coco, you called it, Sal, and I was really hoping it wasn't true, but the bro gave it away. Head got too big, needs to slap back down to earth. Has paid players. I mean, Coco, when I heard it for the first time, and not only that, in training when he told Ruben Amorim F off, right? It's not only things like that, right? But people thought these things weren't true. Look, you know what they say about life? Be careful of the quiet ones. Be careful of the quiet ones. And that's what I would say. Look, Ruben Amorim is not an absolute prat, right? He's an intelligent bloke. He knows that Kobe Mainoo is a very, very good player. England international, went to the Euros final. But unfortunately, people are playing to the crowd. People want to believe in Kobe Mainoo and believe he can't do any wrong because they're infatuated with him. It's a player FC sort of culture. And just because they made up their mind about someone, whether it's the manager or whatever, they don't want to admit that, you know what, it might not be the manager, which is the problem. It could be Kobe, which is the problem. It could be his family and his agent. What was the problem with Rashford? What was the problem with Rashford? Why did Rashford create such a big ego? Why was Rashford the problem? His agents. Who was his agents? His brother. In fact, exactly that, right? You should never have mixed business with pleasure. You should never mix business with family. Because at the end of the day, you know what? You need somebody. You know what you need? You know when you're a professional footballer, you know what you need? Like Areola. Was it Areola? Not Areola. Who was the... Mina Raiola. Mina Raiola, who was Pogba's agent. Or something like that. Or you need, God rest his soul. You need someone who's going to tell you, pack it up, mate. You need to improve, mate. You need that. When you've got your brother or your sister or whoever it is running your business, just like Rabiot with his mum, they're going to be continually blowing smoke up your backside. They're going to continually saying, you could do no wrong. You're absolutely fantastic. You're brilliant. You're amazing. You're this. You need someone to tell you about the birds and the bees. You need someone to tell you, you know what? You're a bit of a prat there. You got to stop that. You know, you're a world-class player. You've got potential to be whatever you like, but you need to stop that, mate. You know, that's what you need. Now, I was the manager of my brother for 20 years musically, right? But I was different. Me and my brother were very, very strict on each other. And we would challenge each other. And I would know my brother's talents. My brother was a rapper, you know, went on TV, went on the charts and everything like that. And I was managing my brother. And every time we'd be in the studio, I know my brother can rap. And I know my brother's got bars. And I know everything like that. So when my brother would spit bars, I would be like, Shaq, you got that wrong a little bit. You know, you got to say it like this. You know, you didn't pronounce your T properly there. You didn't do that and this and that. And I would be like that continuously, you know what, strict. Unfortunately, there are people who are rich too soon, who got money too soon. And you know what they said? So one of the biggest things you shouldn't do is make idiots rich too soon. Stop making stupid people rich. And that's what it is. And his brother's one of his brother's like, you know what I mean? He's probably there. Look at his ego standing in front of the Man United, looking at the Man United fan base with his stupid T-shirt. You know what I mean? It's insulting. It's banter against Man United. And this is exactly what I've been talking about. It happened again. Why do I keep getting unsubscribed? Hold on a second. Just bear me a second. Let me just bear me a second. I'm going to get to the bottom of this, guys. I'm going to get to the bottom of why you keep getting unsubscribed. You know what I'm going to do? Bear me a second. Bear me a second. It's not going to have a look. I'm going to see what's going on. Absolutely. I'm going to see what's going on. And I'm going to see who is unsubscribing. Sorry about that, gifter. Sorry about that. I'm gonna do this right now. So let me just get here. User management. It might not happen now. Hopefully, it doesn't happen now. Keep letting me know if it does happen. If it happens again, I'm gonna do it, guys. It was called the No Dickheads policy. That was it, Matt. Absolutely, that was it, mate. That was it. Sal, spot on. Ability with them out mentality is nothing. Exactly. Jamie, are we forgetting that David De Gea was crap when he first came? He's been thrown into a crap team. He will come good. Very true, mate. That's weird. YouTube is going on a mad one. When was you unsubscribe, Jamie? Guys, if you get unsubscribed, keep subscribing. Yeah, I had to resubscribe too, and not been getting notifications for your lives. That's weird. Very weird. Very, very weird. Sorry, guys. Really sorry about that. But I hope it doesn't happen again. Guys, when did that happen, guys? When did that happen? Did it happen today? It might be a problem with YouTube, guys. Keep subscribing, guys. Sorry about that. Last night I saw them toxic fans starting this United planning Glazer is the next summer. They just can't help themselves. Glasner will be one of the biggest mistakes people have made. Man United have made since David Moyes, if we got him. Absolutely ridiculous. Seven managers in 10 years, right? Yeah, 7 managers in 10 years. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. Guys, bear me a second. I'm just going to find out something about the YouTube thing and stuff like that. Bear me a second. Yeah, sorry, guys. I was just trying to get that sorted out. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it anyway. I'm gonna have a look anyway. Bear me. 7 managers in 10 years, right? Something like that. It would be. Yeah, it's too many managers, guys. It's something that I thought Man United would never be. I never thought Man United would be a sacking club. I mean, we basically become like Chelsea, haven't we? We basically become like Chelsea. You remember when Chelsea was sacking? Well, Chelsea are still sacking managers every few years, isn't it? Remember was that? Arsenal fans are trying to sabotage Stretford Post. We see you. There you go. Absolutely trying to sabotage. They're trying to sabotage me, guys. No, they won't. But they won't bring Stretford Post down. I don't see what it is. I can't see what it is, guys. I can't really see what the thing was. What's going on? I can't really see that. But yeah, I refuse to be accused. It's you. It's you. You have the power. There you go. You have the power. You have the YouTube Oracle power, of course. Absolutely. But hopefully it won't happen again, guys. Hopefully no subscribers and things like that. No one's blocking anyone and stuff like that. I really hope so, guys. But I've had to remove I've had to remove moderators because maybe someone's on a rebel for me or against me. and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, I'm going to have to reset that and stuff like that with the moderators and everything. Big up Maddox, United will swallow him up, and he'll also be gone within 2 years. Zero patience, because zero context. Amram is a crap manager. He has shit team. Exactly, Jamie. Give him the billion and 6 years like Arteta, and see how many trophies we'll win then. He'll win more than Arteta. Let me tell you that right now. He'll win more than Arteta. Good morning, Prince. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream, guys. Let me know, guys, if anyone else was unsubscribed, right? Just let me know, because I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I'm writing everyone down. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I have got another system over there. I'm gonna look at it and stuff like that and see what's going on and guys and stuff like that. See who is. Good morning, Prince, by the way. Sorry, guys. Good morning, Prince. Bear me a second, guys. I will be back. Sorry about the delays and stuff like that. Yeah, apologize for delays, guys. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Absolutely. Hey, chat. Big up, Maz. Big up. Morning, Benny. What's going on, mate? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, Yale. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, but I will find it out. Anyone gets unsubscribed, let me know, guys. There is a problem with YouTube, I think. There is a problem with YouTube. So if anyone gets blocked, if anyone gets unsubscribed, I'm going to have a look at it, guys. Because I don't know why it is. It's just probably YouTube playing up, guys. It is probably YouTube playing up, if I'm being honest. Sometimes it happens, but if you do get unsubscribed, resubscribe, guys. Resubscribe to the channel, because I know that can be a bloody headache, you know what I mean? And if you're not getting notifications from me, and then that's a problem, obviously, isn't it, guys? But yeah. Big up, everyone. Typos chat. Who is your man of the match? The man of the match during the week. Can I be honest with you? I was one of the few people who gave Cunha man of the match against Bournemouth. Is my stream lagging today, guys? I don't think it is. I think it's fine today. I think my stream is fine. I think I'm fine at the moment, guys. I think my stream is quite fine. I don't know what's going on YouTube. One of those days, guys. Is it one of those days where everything just seems to be going a little bit messed up, guys? I don't know. I've seen a lot of botting over the last few days on YouTube. People has gotten like 500 more views in seconds. Really? Well, Yale, no bots in this stream. Absolutely. I do know who does, though. Yeah, look, botting is... What's the point of botting when you don't have real followers? What's the point? You don't get interaction. You don't get nothing. It's no point. I love to have... My community is smaller. It is growing day by day. But the realism in it. I've had music channels, right? I've had music channels on millions. At the end of the day, I used to do music for 20 years and stuff like that. So it's best just to get a community, a community that are close and that is loyal, of course. Big up. Problems with subscriptions last night on other channels, Sal. Hope you're well. Oh, thank you, Lawrence. Big up. Thank you for the update, mate. Big up, my friend. Yeah, guys, I don't know what happens. Just resubscribe. If anything, just resubscribe. If anything happens, just try and resubscribe. Sorry, guys. It's a YouTube thing then, isn't it? It is a YouTube thing. At the end of the day, obviously, I don't know why, but it just keeps happening. I don't know why, guys. And hopefully it stops. And hopefully that doesn't happen. But, guys, I've spoken this morning, just a little bit of a recap about Keith Smith to Man United in January, Samuel Dahl to Man United in January, and Daniel Muniz to Man United in January. 3 players there, of course, guys, who Man United are being linked with January moves, guys. Somebody was criticizing about having 3 left footers against Bournemouth. What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? We got no delict, you know. What do you want him to? At the end of the day, if he's going to make changes, and I know that he made changes because obviously the fitness wasn't up to scratch, and he can't play every single game, every single player, every single minute. You know, he has to rotate his squad. He's got a squad there to rotate, but unfortunately the only defender that we had was Licha Martinez. Maguire's out, Delict is out, both right footers. They're out. Euro was on the pitch, so I don't understand what they want him to do. Paul, yeah, my strength is out of sync. Am I out of sync, guys? Really? I'm gonna have a look, guys. I'm gonna see if it's on my end. Let me see if it's out of sync, guys. Let me have a look, guys. If it is out of sync, let me have a look, guys. Let me see. Yeah, let's do this. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Benny, it's a little bit out of sync. It's all right. It's all right. It's a little bit. Looks like Bruno is trying to manufacture a move away. Plus, did I see Mark Goldbridge have a? You didn't finish it, Benny. What did you say? I was just when it got interesting. Just when it got interesting, Benny. You cut. Just when it got interested, your chat cut off. I want to know what's going on with your chat. I wanted to read the rest of that. Looks like Bruno is going to trying to manufacture a move away from Man United. Plus, did I see Mark Goldbridge have a what? How are you, Alex? Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much, Efren. As long as it's okay, mate. That's all I care about, of course. Did I read Goldbridge was saying he had have Anana ahead of Lamens? Nah, he can't have said that. Goldbridge can't have said that. Goldbridge has said a lot of things, but yeah, he definitely didn't say that. He definitely didn't say that, guys. No. The way that Goldbridge feels about Onana, Goldbridge would never say that about Onana. No. Saved us the game the other night, sending amends. People are so ungrateful, honestly. No, the sync is on my end. It's fine. Thank you, guys. Thank you for keeping me up to this community is legends, guys. Absolutely, guys. So if YouTube plays up, if anyone gets unsubscribed or basically monetization, like basically monitors of the stream gone, let me know, guys. Never would I say that I watch him never say that I watch him every day. He would never say that. Not about, look, the only thing right now that the stance that Mark Goldbridge is on is doubting the manager, and that's up to him. And that's what it is at the end of the day. He has made some valid points about the manager, and I don't disagree with some of those points. The Bruno situation is a little bit of a precarious one that I'm a little bit confused about, that he keeps carrying on playing Bruno in the number 8 position. The other one is the Mainu situation. Obviously, Mark calls things in a very... it's like he likes to call things in a fair... He doesn't like to overly sensationalize things and say things in regards to, you know, basically going to bite you on the backside, basically. So, yeah, I think he's backing Mainu, isn't he? Or backing his brother and stuff. Hopefully get rid of Bruno Fernandes, but I could be wrong. Guys, allegedly. Bring in 2 quality similar players who can replace him. Hopefully, man. Hopefully. We should have done that in the summer, to be honest. Many of us envisioned that this will happen, of course. Didn't think so, Sal. Sorry, I've been slightly out of loop with the hospital since late Monday. Big up, Benny. Hope you're well, mate. I hope everything is... Sorry about that, mate. I hope everything is fine with you, mate. I hope everything is blessed with you. I hope everything is fine. Of course, I really do. Sorry about that. If any problems you're having, mate, thinking of you in this difficult time. Of course, I went in hospital since Monday. What's going on with Benny? I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're well. Goodness me, guys, absolutely. Guys, I'll be back. Sorry, guys. Thank you for staying patient with me today. Thanks for staying patient with me. Galwich did after the game because he never thought he would miss Onana after 4 goals conceded. My goodness me. Didn't Onana concede 4 against Lyon? At Old Trafford. Galwich is furious about Onana. Yeah. I hope you recover quickly, Benny. Staying at this hospital is never fun. Absolutely not. What you got? Big up, Benny. Of course, hope everything is well. Sub, thank you, guys. I thought you were already Sub-Boxer. I don't know if you've lost. YouTube is fine. YouTube is a problem. I hope you are well, Benny. Big up. Yeah, I hope you're well. All the love to Benny, of course, guys. Big up, Boxer, of course. Big up everyone, guys. Big up everyone in the stream. Yeah, sorry, guys, if YouTube is having problems with subscriptions and stuff like that. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Guys, I don't know, but it is having problems with subscriptions. So anyone unsubscribes, any moderators are gone, just let me know, guys. I'll put you back. Let me know, guys. That would be absolutely fantastic. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you, everyone who continues to subscribe to the channel and continue to support the channel. Really appreciate you guys. Look, I think we were all frustrated after the Bournemouth game. I think a lot of us think, one of the reasons I don't stay around to do match reactions, and that is precisely one of them. I don't like doing match reactions because after the game, we're very emotional. Even during the game, we're very emotional. We're fed up. We're angry. You know what I mean? And, we all get, as Yarli said there, we're full of passion. And sometimes we say things we don't mean, and we get angry and we're fed up and we're pissed off, whatever it is, and we say things we don't mean. And that's just life, in general, at least you're passionate. One thing I would say in the favor, at least you're passionate and you care. And I think that is the most important thing. Do you know what I mean? Andre Onana made no like Vicario. Yeah, he made a lot of people nervous. Every time Onana was on the pitch, he made us nervous, guys. We always felt that no matter what is happening, Onana is primed to make a mistake. He's liable to make a mistake. That was what it was at the end of the day. No matter what is happening, he was always liable to make a mistake, guys, at the end of the day. But yeah, look, Sentiments is a 23-year-old goalkeeper. I don't know if anyone who's turned on Sentiments. I think it'd be ridiculous if people did turn on him, to be honest with you. I think it would be madness to turn on a goalkeeper that he's done relatively well at Man United. People understand as well that Man United have had a makeshift defense. Our defense has not been consistent. You know what I mean? We've had a different trio playing at Man United almost every single week. Of course, we're missing De Ligt as well, which is a big problem as well. De Ligt is a massive player for Man United. And Licha has been a massive player for Man United. Maybe if we get Licha, De Ligt, and Mazraoui back, and we can take the others, maybe Man United and Lamens will look far more better at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And that's what I would say. I think the overreaction, there's a little bit of an overreaction going on. Do you know what I mean, guys? Absolutely. But I don't know why it is, guys. Some people just can't be pleased, can they? They can't be pleased, but it is what it is. Benny, we would have lost the last only for Lamens with his 2 late saves. I know, Benny, I know. But people want perfection from a young lad who's just been thrown into the deep end at Man United last minute. Let's not forget how last minute it was as well, guys. It was last minute. It was thrown into the deep end, you know what I mean? And I can't see how anyone would criticize him. You can pick the bones out of everything. You can talk about how he should have saved that, how he should have done that. But ultimately, he's a 23-year-old goalkeeper making good saves for Man United, right? I didn't see any outright mistakes from Lamens against Bournemouth. There was nothing I looked at and said, oh, he should have saved that. The only thing you could say, and I said it during the game, is the free kick. But the wall was absolutely atrocious. The wall and the free kick was absolutely atrocious, guys. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you. So I just think it's silly, mate. I really do. I think anyone who wants to pick the bones or criticize Sentiments, I don't know. I think they have an agenda, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Guys, absolutely. But he's a young goalkeeper, will come good. Anyway, the ceiling is high for Sentiments. The ceiling is high for Sentiments, and he will become the goalkeeper that we all expect him to become because he is a very, very talented individual. He is. And hopefully he does. Obviously, I'm a big fan, of course, guys. So hopefully he becomes a big player for Man United, and he will be. He will be. He's only 23, guys. And you look at him at 23. Look how big he is, how dominating he is, guys. How dominating or domineering he is, guys. Look at him. Do you know what I mean? I can't say anything more than that, guys. I really can't. Big up Sal, big up Ephraim, big up everyone. Sorry about the delays and the lagging or whatever it was in the stream, guys. And guys, if you do unsubscribe to the channel, it is YouTube playing a little prank. I don't know what they're doing, but Guys, don't forget to resubscribe, please. And also, guys, don't forget to put your notifications on and smash a like, guys. It's trying to get 50 likes. It's been all over the shot show today, but we're going to do what we have to do, guys. You know, we deal with the elements. That's live television, as they say. It's live television. It happens, guys, you know, and to be honest with you. But, you know, I appreciate every single person who continues to subscribe to the channel, supports the channel. Thank you so much every single day. Really appreciate it, guys. I'm not one of those people like, you know, just, doesn't appreciate it. I mention it every single day, and I really do. And guys, the great thing about this community is that we're all in the same boat. Most of us are in the same boat, and most of us want the best what is for Man United. And I think this is what separates this channel, because there are some people who have, you know, not really bothered about with Man United succeed. They act like, but they're not very bothered about it. You know what I mean? And actually, they don't really care about if Man United is successful or not. But on this channel, of course, we do. And we want us to see, and we're very frustrated. This is, as I said, this is precisely why sometimes I don't do match reactions, because if I do my match reaction, I'm going to say something I regret the next day. Do you know what I mean? I still do. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, during the game. And, you know, because we're passionate fans. And one thing you'll say about Goldbridge is that he's a passionate Man United fan like me. You know what I mean? And we all say things, we may disagree and all that, but it's nothing personal at the end of the day. Each one of us, we dream the same dream. We want the same thing. You know what I mean? We want success for this football club. That's what we want. And I don't think it's, you know, anyone, you know, after a game should be judged for what they say, because obviously we're very frustrated. We felt we could win that game. We should have beat Brighton. We should have beat West Ham, of course, guys, you know, and we should have beat Everton. And obviously when you drop 7 points, you know, was it 7 points we dropped? 7 points. It does get frustrating. It is very frustrating, guys. Absolutely. It's very frustrating, guys. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, guys. But thank you, everyone who stayed calm and stayed committed to the channel today, guys. It has been a mad one. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. I will be back later on, of course. Guys, keep your notifications on and stuff like that. And don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. I will be back. Guys, and don't forget to keep supporting the channel. Spread it, clip it, whatever you got to do, guys. Please support the channel. I really appreciate every single one in the stream, guys. I'm going to be off now, guys. I'm going to get to the bottom of this YouTube thing, and I'm going to get to the bottom of everything else. Guys, have a great day. It's been a mad one, but thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you later, guys. I've got a special show later on, so enjoy. Make sure you join me for that, guys, for Chatterbox. Have a good day, great evening, great night, wherever you are in the world. I'm Sal Warner. Take it easy, guys. Glory, glory, Man United. Peace.